So, welcome back to my channel if you are a subscriber. And if you're new, hi, welcome. My name is Sonia. Today is going to be a little bit different because I wanted to come on here and talk to you about some skin issues that I've been experiencing for the past few weeks. And the only reason why I'm sharing this in the event that it could help somebody else, because when it first started happening to me, I did not know what was going on, and it was a little alarming. If you hear a bunch of noise in the background, that is my Frenchie. We need to take him to the vet to get his allergy shots. His paws are itching him, so he keeps licking his paws. So anyway, yeah, so it's actually funny that the dog is itching because that's what was going on with me. I started itching, I don't remember exactly how long ago, but it is probably 4 or so weeks ago. I thought that maybe I had been on a layover and was at a hotel that had bed bugs. But when you have bed bugs, you kind of know that you have bed bugs. So I was like, well, that's probably not it. And then I was like, well, maybe it's just a spider bite. Then it started spreading. So I was like, well, that's obviously not it. That I was itching so bad. I was like, okay, let me go to the doctor, because I'm like, what is going on? Why is this thing spreading? So I went to my PCP, my primary care physician, and he told me that it was ringworm, which I didn't really believe wholeheartedly, because if I do know, I've never had ringworm myself, but I do know that ringworm is highly contagious. And if I had ringworm, then it was likely that somebody else in my house was going to also have ringworm, whether it be Philip, Jaden, my son, or one of these animals, one of the dogs or the cat. Somebody else would have had ringworm. Nobody else was itching like I was itching. So I had my reservations about that diagnosis, but I still followed his course of treatment. He prescribed an oral antibiotic, which I don't understand why he would prescribe for ringworm, because ringworm is a fungus, but an oral antibiotic. And he also prescribed me a topical antifungal cream. And so he sent that off to the pharmacy, says do this for a week and then we'll revisit it if you're not experiencing any relief. So a week went by. That weekend I gave away my flight attendant trip because I was itching. I was itching so badly I could not sleep at night. This itch was beyond. I don't have problems sleeping. I don't know, maybe it's a flight attendant thing. Like I can go to sleep whenever I'm ready to go to sleep. I could not sleep at night at all. I was popping Benadryls like they were candy, and Benadryl was not helping. So I still did the treatment that my PCP prescribed for a week, and nothing changed. So I called my PCP back, and they referred me to a dermatologist. So I called this dermatologist office, and they're like, we don't see the referral, and even when we get the referral, you can't get in until February. This was mid-January. I'm like, I'm going out of my mind. Like, I'm going out of my mind. I cannot wait until mid-February. So I called my insurance, and they said that it is not emergency room worthy. So they suggested, and they also told me that I don't need a referral to go see a dermatologist. So I can just find a dermatologist on my own that's in network, and I don't need a referral. But I was itching so bad that like I was on my way to like the emergency room or something. Like, give me an IV drip of Benadryl or something, because it was that itchy. So the the insurance provider told me that I couldn't go to the emergency room, but I could go to urgent care. I showed the doctor what was going on, and he immediately knew that it was a condition called Pityriasis Rosea. I had never heard of it. So I was relieved to find out a name so I could at least start doing my research to find out what the hell this is that has me going insane. So the good news is I know it's not ringworm. Bad news, he tells me, is that the medical community doesn't really know that much about it. They don't know how it's caused. It's viral. So, and then the third thing that they do know is that there is no cure. And I was like, what? There is no cure? Like, what am I supposed to do? This is terrible. You gotta let it run its course. It might take like 2 months or so to fully run its course and get out of your system. But what they can do for the itching is they can prescribe something to control the itch. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I can wait 2 months. Like, I'm patient but I cannot deal with this itch. The itch was horrible. So he told me to stop everything that my PCP had told me, that none of that was going to work. And to control the itch, he gave me another prescription. It did help. I only take it at night because it does make me drowsy. So at least I'm able to sleep. And let me tell you, I have been doing nothing, going nowhere, sitting on this sofa right here, watching that television in front of me, completely naked. Because I can't wear, so the area that's affected is from here. It's basically my whole torso. I couldn't wear a bra, like I can't wear, like clothes irritate my skin. Anything irritates my skin. So I have basically been sitting on this couch and completely naked. So I take the medication for the itching at night, and thankfully when it finally does kick in, because it takes a while for it to kick in, when it finally kicks in, the itching goes away and I'm able to sleep, which is a relief. One of my friends from work recommended that I go to see her dermatologist, which is not too far from my house. So I was like, cool. So I call the office and they are able to get me in. I think they were going to able to get me in that weekend, but I had a trip that weekend and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to take that trip. So I wasn't comfortable scheduling for the weekend. So I postponed it till today, which is a Tuesday, because I think my trip was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. My son had a basketball game the Friday before. So I was like, that'll be the true test to see if I can go back to work. If I can wear a bra and wear clothes. Like, I've only been wearing, if I do go out, like to pick up my son from school or to go to one of his basketball games or something, I cannot wear a bra. I can only wear like a really loose, I wear Phillips sweatshirts, hoodies, or whatever, something that doesn't really actually touch my skin. Like, even right now, this shirt that I'm wearing is irritating, like under my arm. Anyway, so I went to the basketball game on Friday and I didn't even make it to halftime before I had to go and take off the bra. It was just itching too badly. So that was a true test, and I was like, okay, well, if I can't wear a bra through a high school basketball game, I surely can't go on a 3-day trip. And then our uniforms that we wear are kind of form-fitting. So, and my boobs have gotten much bigger since I was in college, because I used to have little itty-bitty boobs. I can't go braless. Like, that's not an option for work, at least not for me. So I called out sick for that trip, and basically, I don't think I left the house the entire weekend. Today was the day of my appointment. So she examined me and she says, it looks like Pityriasis Rosea. I'm just gonna call it PR from now on, Pityriasis Rosea. She says, it looks like PR, but just to be 100% sure that it's not something else, I wanna do a biopsy, because my PR isn't presenting the way that it typically presents. Usually it starts like on the back, and it's worse on the back. Mine started on my stomach, and I'll show you this at the end of this video. I'll show it to you. Mine started on my stomach and is now spreading to my back. So she says that's not typical, but it could just be how it's presenting in me. So we did a biopsy, and so I have to wait 2 weeks to come for it to come back. But in the meantime, she prescribed, she said to continue taking the oral anti-itch medication that the urgent care doctor prescribed to me. And then she also prescribed a topical cream that I just picked it up from the pharmacy. I am supposed to apply it on my skin twice a day. And then I'm supposed to also stay away from all things scented, because my skin is like super dry, and she was saying that my skin is very angry with me right now, and I can tell that it's very angry. So she gave me a goodie bag full of stuff. Like I got a bunch of Dove soaps, which are perfect because they're travel size. I got some Aveeno. I don't know if you can see that. Some Aveeno. I'm gonna have to go back and get some full size Aveeno if this stuff works. And then some little samples of CeraVe. And she said to stay away from all things scented. Oh, she also recommends go tanning. I've never been to a tanning salon. But she says that like 5 minutes a day of tanning, like a few times a week, typically helps PR, which I have seen on, I've been watching YouTube videos. I have been scouring the internet, going on Instagram just to find out like what other people's experience has been with PR. And I have seen a few videos where people have gone tanning and it supposedly helped. Anyway, so that is my experience up till now. Like I said, I'm only doing this video in the event that somebody else has this and is confused like I was and didn't know what to do about it. Because it is, I mean, it's really, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's really disheartening because, you know, you're silently suffering. So you kind of feel a little bit alone in this. So, and I know watching other people's videos and hearing other people's experiences basically relieved me that I know that, okay, it's not contagious, so I don't have to worry about infecting anybody else. It is something that eventually will go away. You just got to get through it. Now, and then also, well, I'm going to show it to you now. Please don't be, well, it is kind of gross. I'm going to, oh, so it also, before I show it to you, it starts out with what's called a herald patch. So remember I said I thought I possibly got bitten by bed bugs. Well, it was only one spot where it started. And then I thought, well, probably not bed bugs, because bed bugs, if you get bitten by bed bugs, it's usually in several different places. So that's why I thought it was maybe a spider bite. And I'm like, but I don't remember ever, you know, seeing a spider or being that close to a spider that it would bite me. So that's exactly what that one spot is called. It's called a herald patch. And it starts there and then it spreads. So that is my herald patch right there. It's drying out right now. But yeah, look at that. Look at that under my boobs. Look at that. It's terrible. And so this under here, that's why I couldn't wear a bra. It was so uncomfortable. It is spread. Obviously I'm not gonna flash the camera, but it's even up here. It's a little bit under my arms. And right now, what's really bothering me, it's going down the crack of my behind. Like, it's going down my butt crack. And then the most itchy part was under here. My boobs felt like they were on fire. They were itching so badly. It was horrible. Which is why, now you see why I have been on the sofa. Hold on, let me adjust the camera. Now you see why I have been on the sofa butt naked for the past several weeks. Literally the only times I have left the house was to go pick up my son from school or to go to his basketball game, and I have suffered through his basketball games. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. I will probably do an update after my after I get the results of my biopsy, which, let me tell you, I've never had a biopsy before. The nurse must have been super good because I felt nothing. I mean, obviously, clearly, like, needles don't scare me. I got tattoos everywhere. So biopsy is right here. I'm feeling the Band-Aid. So they numbed me first. I didn't really want to look at it because that kind of thing might freak me out. So they numbed me first, and then they, I guess, took little pieces of my skin under there, and they're going to send it off to a lab. I didn't feel any of it. Like, I didn't feel anything. It was great. I was like, can you just numb me everywhere and take the rest of this stuff off? I guess not. Anyway, so I'm going to end this video here. Please comment down below. Let me know if you've experienced pityriasis. If you know anybody that's experienced pityriasis, if you suspect that you might have pityriasis, or if you just have any just general questions, comment down below. I will definitely be watching because I know how it feels to be going through this and you don't know what to do. So comment down below and I will get back to you. I will do an update in a couple of weeks.